Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? Thor Young, moderator at Bear Bull Traders, joined with my good buddy Brian Pezim, the Prophet of Profit. We're trading in the open in the Bear Bull Traders chat room today. Wanted to do a little recap for you. Had a interesting kind of a day. We had a really big day yesterday where the market really rallied up. So today we were kind of thinking we might have a little chop at the beginning of the day, but all in all, actually really been a fairly strong day once Brian was actually reading on the cues and kind of called out the cues coming back and hitting PDC really hard on a wick. And a lot of our room read this signal and managed to go long on cues or related, tech stocks or something like that around, when it claimed open price. We got Jared in the room too, his famous, best of the king of all levels, previous day close, held up to the penny on cues today, so quite incredible. But we managed to get some really nice trades on it. I know, Brian, I know you started off pretty good with the short on Netflix today, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was sort of reading the tape there. This is a trade book play that I use. It's called the lead balloon trade. But yeah, it's a stock that's gapping up on news. Obviously, the news for Netflix was the earnings and was trading below the VWAP. So the other criteria I really like to see is just going into the open. It starts to show some weakness. So that's another good indication that the sellers are kind of laying into this. And yeah, I took a short right out, almost right at the open, and it dropped significantly and just covered right away. So yeah, I got a really good trade right in the first minute. So yeah, that was probably obviously my best trade
Yeah, incredible
of the
grab there.
day.
You managed to catch like what was probably a $5 drop on a couple hundred shares, right? In but a
Yeah,
mere minute or two. That's quite
yeah,
that can be a day right there for sure.
yeah, like I could have stopped there and been happy. So, but let's see, the markets are just ripping now. So anyway, yeah, how about you? How was your day?
My day was good too. I was kind of focused in on Netflix as well. I'm still in a trade on Netflix. After you took your position off, I kind of read it bottoming, so I went long and I used the daily level first, really wide stop, and I did manage to get a partial at the open price, but I took the rest off at break even. And then about 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, it's set up much better. And this is actually something I take from you as well. Brian does what he calls like a 920. This is about three mods all put together. Peter, our really great moderator for reverse, he does great reversals on what he calls the mountain pass. Uses this 920 cross as an indicator of a momentum shift. For me, I kind of did the same thing as it made this new high. I went long and I just used the 920 there, and that gave me really tight stop and then really good profits. And I'm still holding on to a decent portion of this position, but we just collapsed off of some big orders at 210. So which I was gonna partial at, but we were doing a video, so I didn't. But we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully, we can back test open price and hold off. If not, if we get too much lower, I'll probably just take the rest of this position off. Only other trade I took was a call out from our pivot alert spot. Basically called the loss of R4 here on Roblox. So once we made this new low here, I shorted. Just used a daily as the high there. As my stop, got a partial, but then went all out when this one came back through the averages a little too aggressively, which was a good idea because it actually came all the way back to my break even, so preserved an R worth of capital there. So I made a couple R on Roblox, and I'm up I'd say about 5 or 6 R on Netflix right now, which is pretty solid. So I will take that. So yeah.
Awesome.
Anything else for you? Anything else interesting? Pearls, words of wisdoms for our YouTube people out
Uh,
there?
no, I don't think so. I think we had an awesome day yesterday. The Qs are sort of leading the charge higher here with the growth stocks that everybody seems to be rotating money back into after our sort of couple months of selling. So yeah, we'll see how things go as we progress into earnings season. we may see some things that are similar to what we got with Netflix. It's everyone was expecting worse numbers, and Netflix didn't put up some great numbers, but they put up ones that were less worse than what people expected. So we got a pop out of that, and that's maybe what we're going to see here. So we'll see what happens.
Excellent. Well, great.
Wow,
That's what
NVIDIA
we'll keep
and
an eye on that because that'll be
getting
sure.
direct.
Earnings season here is going to be
Yep.
is certainly going to be interesting for sure. Well, thank you, sir. Thanks. I hope everybody
Thank
out
you,
there in YouTube
buddy.
enjoyed our little recap here for you today. If you did, please, the courtesy, thumbs up, like, subscribe. You know how it works, comments, all that good stuff. So I hope you all have a great day. Hope you have a great rest of your trading week. And as always, y'all, keep it green. Thank you, Brian.
Keep it green. Cheers.